All right, let's get to work on that down stay. For competition, I'm going to need her to stay put for 3 minutes with me about 15 meters away in a group of dogs. To be successful at this, we are going to need the 3 Ds, that is duration, distance, and distraction. She already has some duration, so we can start working on distance, and I'm using the 300 peck method to do this. The name 300 pecks come from, supposedly anyway, a study where they taught pigeons to peck on a button 300 times for a single kernel. Now, I've asked around a little bit. I haven't been able to confirm which study this is from. I'm sure it's something that's been taught in different studies to many pigeons using different methods. But what I like about this particular reinforcement schedule is the clarity and structure that it provides to the two-legged part of this equation. Because all I need to do is to count. For the first repetition, I did 0 steps. Then the next one, I did 1 step, then 2 steps, then 3 steps, then 4 steps, and so on. What happens if the dog doesn't hit criteria, which in this case means breaks her stay, is simply that we start over at 1. So let's say I make it to 15 steps and she breaks her stay. I'm going to start over at 1 steps, then 2 steps, and 3 steps again. And if she does break her stay, she's going to self-reinforce. She has the toy right there. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to correct her. And the reason I don't worry is because in this kind of setup, she is going to hit criteria far more times than she's going to not hit criteria. And therefore, I have the matching law on my side. It's also entirely possible to do this in an errorless way if you build the right prerequisites and take small enough steps. Now, my mind is all over the place. I forget which number I counted to the last repetition and so on. I don't really follow it precisely, but the rough structure is there and it's good enough. As a side note, this technique can be very useful to break those unconscious patterns that we do. You know, the kind of things we do to make us dogs walk perfectly at heel for 17 steps and then start whining and nipping. Ever noticed that? So weird. Here she starts chewing on the toy. That tells me she's not excited to do another rep, so we don't. We're done.